So we have a wholesaler here. A lot of you asked this question, but we have a wholesaler here that is actually in the buy here, pay here business. And what he does, of course, he uses his auction access to get inventory. He advertises in the inventory and he finances his profit just like the buy here, pay here car dealers. Now, the one thing I need you to understand, you don't have to have a car dealer's lot to be a buy here, pay here. When you sell the vehicle, all you have to do is record the lien. So our wholesaler here records his lien in his personal name, and he makes arrangements for the customers to pay him directly. Now, he does that with automatic payments. He makes sure that the customer has a bank account that he can draft his payments out of weekly. Does all this from home. He drafts his payments out weekly, and he also installs his GPS on the vehicles and keeps an extra set of keys. So in the event that he doesn't get paid, of course, he disarms the starter on the vehicle and sends a tow truck for his vehicle to be recovered. Now, the one thing you want to remember is that if you're in the buy here, pay here business, you've got to assume that these people are not going to pay you. Enter every deal not expecting to be paid, but expecting the least path of resistance to repo the vehicle. Number one rule, if you're just starting out, never put your own money on the street. Only finance your profit. In other words, if you're paying $1,000 for a car at the auto auction, get $1,000 down, including your fees at a minimum, and only finance your profit. Now, that's common knowledge across the car industry. There are some people out there now that are putting their money on the streets, and to be quite honestly, or honest with you, we have dealers here in the area that have attempted to put their own money on the street and go into the finance business, and they wind up bankrupting. It's just not a business plan. You finance your profit. Don't finance the vehicle if you cannot get at least your down payment back. Now, when you align yourself with one of our dealers, you're going to have the opportunity to finance your cars, as most of you know, with third-party lenders if you don't want to carry the note. Some of our wholesalers here have the privilege of being able to finance their inventory through our lenders here. That's the benefit that you get. You don't have to have a car dealer's license to be able to capitalize off a residual income and to be able to sell a retail car. You have to be aligned with a retailable dealer. Now, our dealers, why we have so many dealers out there, it's free money to them. They've already got the expense of having to open the car lot. They've already got the overhead that they have, getting their the most expensive part of a car dealer's license is the lot in itself, renting the property, getting the property approved for the license. The other parts are easy. It doesn't matter whether you're a wholesale dealer or you're a retail dealer. As long as you've got access to that inventory, that's the main thing, getting access to the inventory where you find an abundance of trade-ins. Instead of running out here, like I've said for years and years and years, you guys that are out here scampering around to Craigslist to find a deal, you're wasting literally hundreds of dollars a week looking for that one deal when you can go to an auction and have literally thousands of cars available for you to pick up at auction. Yes, you're going to pay auction fees. Yes, it's a cost of doing business, but it's a lot cheaper than time and fuel now We can go to an auction and we can pick up 5 or 6 cars easily at any day of the week that we need because we have a auction access. This is what's important, having that auction access and being able to get that inventory. Liquidating that inventory is entirely up to our wholesalers, just like the one here that finances his profit. Now, he'll take cash, of course. Sometimes he'll make 1,000 or so off of a car. But if he's in a situation where a customer comes in and say, well, I can pay you weekly, I've got $1,000, and he looks at the opportunity here and says, okay, well, I can get my $1,000 back. I can reinvest in another car, and now I've got weekly payments coming in. That's the most important thing that you want to do. Set up your payments weekly. You don't want to set up your payments monthly. It does not keep you in touch with your buyer enough. You're always on the guard that if that payment doesn't come in on Friday, disarm the ignition. The first thing you do when the customer calls you, you let them know your payment did not clear the bank as we scheduled it to clear the bank on Fridays, and it will not be reactivated until I receive payment. If I do not receive payment by Monday, I will send the tow truck to pick up this vehicle. You've got, when you're not, buy here, pay here dealers are not in the car business. I've said that all along. They're in the finance business. They are collectors. That's what they do. They're going to collect their money, their profits. They're not putting any money on the street as a rule. They're actually just in the business to go out, collect my profit, or get my money, or get my metal back. It's the metal or the money. That's all they're interested in, metal and the money. Is it a bad thing? Let people make their own choices. Do I particularly like running a buy here, pay here lot? No, it's not my business model. However, I do set some people up to where they can make a small payment per week, never under $75, to be honest with you. That's the way I work my deals here. It's going to come in handy. You can record your lien, whether you're a car dealer or not. You can record a lien on your inventory. Thank you for watching this channel. Please subscribe and read this description below for more information.